In today's video, we're gonna talk about fear.
He's got some information that's very valuable. I want you to listen to what he has to say, and I want to congratulate you. That was great. Thanks, Ted.
Alright everybody, top of the morning to you. We're just going to jump right in. This is a continuation from the video yesterday. It's the last one on the blog called Law of Attraction is an Ass. And if you haven't watched that, please go back to drmorter.com. Watch that one. It's a short video. But it introduces the idea that we're going to discuss today. It's that you are motivated, okay? You are fueled in your life by two different sources. And really what this fuel is about, it's about you getting the things you want out of life. It's about your goals. It's about your dreams. It's about your desires. It's about the finish line for you, the stuff that you want to attain, attract, and manifest. So I think that we're all pretty hip to the idea of law of attraction. And the way that a lot of us understand it and know it is from only one of the motivations. And we talk about the stuff that we aspire to have and the things that we want and the things we're moving toward and getting into the vortex and having a feeling of wonderful happiness and bliss as if we've received those things. All right. But there's another way of doing this stuff. That's what we're going to talk about. It's about being motivated and being fueled, not by happiness and love and joy and bliss and blah, 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 blah. It's from fear. It's from this like guttural response to get away from something horrible. So here's an example. I'm going to just give you just a little way to see it, and then we're going to dive into the details here. Let's say there's a guy, and he likes a girl over there. He wants to go ask her out. Go ask her out on a date or something. Like, hey, let's go hang out. So there is this feeling inside of this guy that he wants to move toward something that's pleasurable, okay? He wants to gain pleasure. He wants to enjoy time and to go out and, have fun and have a good time with this person that he likes. But he probably, in this scenario, is not going to go ask this girl out on a date because he has fear. And he doesn't know what she's going to say. She might reject him. She might, tell him that he's dumb and to go away, and he might feel awful. All right, so in this scenario, you can go and ask the person out on a date because you're motivated by gaining pleasure of spending the time with them and all of the fun things that happen when you're dating. Or you could be motivated by fear, and you could be trying to avoid pain. You could not go and do it because you want to avoid the thing happening where they say no and you feel bad, okay? This is the gist of our conversation today. You are motivated by one of those two things. You always are. It's either moving toward pleasure, you want to gain pleasure, or you want to avoid pain. And this avoiding pain thing, it's really powerful, okay? Not a lot of people talk about this, but think of it this way. It comes from this question, like, how can really mean bad people, how can they manifest stuff? Like, how can they be so rich and powerful and successful and they're bad people? Like, if you look at a bunch of, really, really rich people, are they full of love? And yeah, probably some of them are, but a majority of them, they're probably not nice people. I shouldn't say probably, they're not. They're not nice people. They are mean. They are obsessed. They take joy in crushing other people. So this reminds me in Star Wars, the metaphor of Star Wars, of using the dark side of the Force. You remember in the movie, there's the good guys that are using the Force, and then there's the dark side. So people are using the same universal power, but they're coming from a different place. All right. So I want you to kind of be aware of what it's like when you're using the dark side, okay? Because you can go down both of these paths, and they both are going to help you to manifest stuff. The people that are motivated by fear and avoiding pain, they can amass a lot of really great stuff. They can be very successful. They can make a lot of money and have boats and houses and cars and planes and clothes and jewelry and the fancy stuff, all of the like lifestyle thing. They can have that. If they're motivated by fear and avoiding pain, then what those negative emotions do for that person, see, it's not like they're just constantly dwelling on how scared they are and how fearful they are. What that does, that intense negative emotion condenses them into focus. It makes them focus. So they're not spread out everywhere, kind of like you are if you're just blissful and happy and you're like, la, 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 everything is great. I'm not really that motivated to change and do other stuff. If the bill collectors are calling you, right, and you are trying to make some money, then you are focused. You know that feeling of, oh no, what's going to happen? I better get to work and make this, I better take care of this. So when those negative emotions come along, it's dangerous. You could get stuck in your negative emotion and you can wallow in that crap and you can be a victim and you can play your tiniest violin and say, woe is me. But what most people don't understand is that they, in that moment, have the ability to harness the power, the intensity of those negative vibrations and focus it at what their goal is. They focus it with anger and obsession and determination. All right, so let's talk about some of these characteristics, because you go down this road, you can get a lot of things, all right? You can manifest stuff and money, but it will be at the expense of other things. You're not going to have great relationships. You're certainly not going to have great health. These are the people that they get old and they develop all kinds of, we'll just call them weird diseases. These are people that get sick and then they try and throw their money at it, and they would give up their kingdom to just get rid of the liver cancer that they have or whatever it is, because money won't get them that. All right. So these people that use the dark side of the force, they can get lots of stuff and have power and money, but they're not going to have great relationships. They're not going to have great health. It'll be at the expense of those things. So just to back up for 1 second, if we went down the other path and we used, the good side of the force, if we are in alignment with the universe and being motivated by gaining pleasure, we'll talk a little bit about that as we wrap up. But that's when you can manifest stuff. You can manifest boats and planes and houses and all that junk, all this stuff. But you get the other things as well. You get the relationships. You get the health. You get the whole package. You get to receive the benefits of all of the stuff, all of the goodies, all the good stuff for you. It's all there for you. So I want you to be aware of this, okay? Because you'll see this in other people, and it's a double-edged sword. You may be like, okay, I'm just going to, now that I know this, I'm going to use the dark side for just a little while. I'm going to go in there and manifest some stuff, but then I'm going to come back out. I'll come over to the other side. It's cool, don't worry. I'm just going to do crack, and I'm going to smoke crack, and I'm not going to get addicted. It's okay. I'm just going to do it once, and then I'm going to come back over here. So it's seductive, and you need to be careful about it, okay? Because this is, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's talk a little bit about what somebody, their attitude and their posturing and their mindset is like if they're using the dark side of the force, okay? These people, they hate to lose. They can't lose. They detest losing. It makes them sick to their stomach for weeks if they lose. So they can't come in second. They have to win. And they have to do it at all costs. Whatever it takes. Whoever I trample and step on, whoever we violate, they're all going down. Screw everyone. I'm the winner, and I am going to, emerge victorious, because there is no such thing as second. So these are people that are like crazy obsessed with, they have to win, and they have to have it, and they can't lose, all right? These people are obsessed. They're obsessed with things, with money, power, and recognition. So just to clarify here too, it's okay to want stuff, money. It's okay to want recognition, power. But the word here that I'm using is obsessed, all right? It's different. They're crazy about it. They're so focused on it. They can't lose. They're never satisfied. So let's just right now pause and look at the opposite of that. If you were using, the different path, the different, instead of the dark side, we'll call it the light side. If you're motivated by gaining pleasure, then you want to win too. But let's use some different words. Instead of I can't win, I have to win, I hate losing, I detest losing, I must win. The opposite of that may be, yeah, I want to win. But you know what? If I don't win, that's okay too. Because I know that there really is no such thing as winning and losing. That if I haven't won yet, the game's not over, right? Everything works out for my best. So if it hasn't worked out yet, then it's not over, right? It's an attitude. Instead of being so terrified, see, on the dark side, the people have this constant fear of not ever getting the success because maybe they're not good enough. Maybe they don't deserve it. Or they have a fear of losing everything that they have. They're constantly consumed with this fear. So it's never enough. I'm never satisfied. I always want more. I have to get it. These people also never let anything go. They'll always take revenge. They will always hold a grudge. This was in one of Donald Trump's books that he wrote, Art of the Deal, and another one. It was in both of these books where he said, if someone ever crosses me, I will spend all of my resources trying to crush them. So that embodies the spirit of using the dark side of the force, I guess, if you will. That it's about destroying everyone else so that you can remain victorious and you can win. And there's a lot of power in that. I mean, using Donald Trump in that example, look at the dude. He has amassed a fortune. He has an empire of money, power, and recognition, right? But I would dare to say that, I don't know the guy, so this is my opinion I'm inserting here. So, don't get mad at me for making an assumption. But I bet you it's at the cost of him having healthy, valuable relationships, which is why people like that, they go through divorce and marry and divorce and marry and divorce and marry, and they have their ex-wives club, and at the expense of their health. And so when you're younger, you can get away with stuff, but the stuff that you do in your 30s and 40s, you can't get away with in your 60s and 70s. If you aren't aligned with that spirit of the universe, that ability to move and be motivated and fueled by trying to gain the good stuff and gain pleasure. So the dark side of the force, it's just kind of selfish. It's all about me. It's what I want. I'm always trying to avoid pain, and everything that is part of my modus operandi is, how do I avoid it? Fear of getting that it's going to get me, and I got to get away with it. And I'm just focused on getting more. Never satisfied. So let's do the opposite of this again. Let's play the opposite game. If you were using the force of the universe, the law of attraction, in a way that you are moving towards pleasure, then it's not just all about you. Okay? It's like if we're having a game, like a competition, like let's say we're playing basketball or something. I don't play basketball, but let's say we're playing basketball. First off, let's have a good game. All right. And of course, I'm trying to win. That's the fun of it. And I'd like to win. Like I enjoy winning. Winning is great. But I don't have to win. I'm not going to be destroyed. I'm not going to be sick to my stomach for the next week because I lost the game of basketball. All right? I want it to be fun. I want to have a good time. And I want you to have a good time too. I want us both to get what we want. This is the idea in a mastermind. You don't just go into one and say, all right, everybody, you're here to help me get my goals and dreams come true. You're also there to help them with their goals and their dreams and to give input and all work together for everyone's benefit so everyone elevates, expands, vibrates at a higher level, gets tuned in with the goals that they have. They get tuned in with the dreams and desires that are part of their life and move them toward the finish line. So it's almost like you begin being satisfied. You're not in a position where you always want more. You're satisfied. You feel good. If I win, that's great. I would love it. But if I don't win, that's all right because I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm not obsessed with like getting money and power. That it's as if I have a true sense of freedom. So in the next video, we're going to expand on the concept of freedom. And to leave you guys here today, it's going to be with a quote. It's a song lyric from Janis Joplin. And she said, freedom is just another word for having nothing left to lose. All right. And it's so poetic. It's so beautiful. And we're going to dig into it in our next video. So look for that one. Get to the blog on drmorter.com and look through the videos if you missed the last one. And I will see you guys soon. Have a great day.